welcome back to the bench. It's been a little while since I posted a video, so I thought I'd put one out there on what I'm repairing at the moment. Believe it or not, this is a Panasonic RF-B65. As you see, I've got it all stripped out because basically it had the power up it the wrong way. And if we look down there, you can see I've shoehorned in two rectifier diodes in place of an SMD package that had gone pop. It was absolutely toast. It's amazing that the set did still power up, but yeah, there you are. Anyway, I was investigating a little bit further, and this little thing reared its head. Let's see if I can zoom you in a little bit. Now, this is a power transistor, and you can see it's got an actual hole in it. It's going to focus. There we are. Where is the hole? Just there, where I'm pointing with. You see that? It's got a burn hole, and there's a dead short between the collector and base there. So I've had to order that in. I'm not sure when it'll be here. I ordered it a couple of days ago. It wasn't in today's post, so hopefully it'll be here either tomorrow or next week. I can't get an exact one. The only place I can get it is in the States, and that's going to cost around about 30 quid just for one transistor. So I've got an equivalent, which I've paid about £6 for. The other thing I've done over on this section of the board is the DC to DC converter. So there's a couple transistors in there, a couple diode packages, and a couple nightmare shields. So we've got a shield there that goes over it, and on the other side of the board, if I flip it over, we've got another shield goes over the top end, if it'll focus. This one here. So that one sits on this side of the board, and this is to say the DC to DC converter. You can see I've got two brand new capacitors in there. One is 10 at 16. I think the other one's something like 3.3. I'm not 100% sure. No, it's not 3.3. It might be 4.7. But there's one other one that was in there, and that's this one, which is a 3.3. And I've got plenty of 3.3s, but nothing. Oh no, that's a 22 at 10. Yeah, there's a 3.3. I mean, I've replaced most of these caps in the power supply area. There's another couple here, look. So, but one of them is a bit poorly, so let me grab the ESR meter and I'll show you. Okay, here we are with the ESR meter, and it's connected up. This is a 10 microfarad at 16 volts. So let's turn them on. Okay. You can hear that noise. Basically, the ESR is 6.6 ohms on that thing, so that may well have been causing some of the power issues. But there's other problems with this set that really down to design. So let me show you that next. Okay, well, this is the battery setup on this thing. So you can see you've got two 1.5 volt batteries to run the what they call the computer batteries, and you've got some more terminals there if it'll focus for the 4 batteries to run the set. But the interesting thing is down here. If I zoom in a bit, so you can see these two metal bars coming out of the negative contacts here. These two metal bars. Now, what they do, because they've orientated these batteries both facing the same way, if you know what I mean. Trying to be clever, I don't know, but anyway, if you look underneath here, if I zoom in this area, the battery contact just rests against the post of the negative, sorry, the positive wire of the other side. And it literally is just resting there. Now I've bent those tabs in a bit to make a better contact, and I put a bit of deoxit on them. But if I just get a pair of tweezers a minute, I'll show you how weak that joint is. If I just get the tweezers, look, if I can see through the phone, See that? It's just barely making contact. What a rubbish design. I mean, I don't know what to do there, really. I mean, I thought maybe I'd... let's see if we can get the focus working. I thought maybe I'd try and solder a wire, perhaps, from up here down to that tab. And that tab is just the battery contact over this side. That's all that is, that battery contact just there. So it's in a series configuration. And exactly the same over this side, look, if it'll focus, exactly the same. So it's no wonder that these sets get issues with the power, isn't it? I think that's shockingly bad. But there you are. That's how they've done it. As I say, there is a hole there. So these terminals were designed to take a wire, so I could run a wire from here. The problem is everything is really in tight to this plastic, so I risk burning the plastic. If it'll focus, I risk burning the plastic if I'm not careful. Let's go focus. So there you are. That's where I am with the set. I'm waiting on a transistor, and I'm waiting on one of these miniature capacitors. I've got a full size one, 3.3 at 50 volts, which is what it needs, but there's no way that that's going to fit in that can. It's just way too big. It's not even space to bend it down. I did think of trying to bend it down, but it won't even go in that way. So I've had to order that in. So that's coming in from Mauser next week at some stage. There you are. That's the progress on the Panasonic. I will just get the case just to show you what the front looks like. Okay, so there's the front. It's in really good nick. I mean, there's a couple of little nicks on it, but really it's in great condition. I did one other job, which was the encoder. The encoder was skipping like mad, so I've had to pull that apart and clean the contacts, re-lubricate it, and bend the pins so as it makes a better contact. That is now working fine. But as I say, this just keeps coming up with an error code E every time you try and alter the frequency. So I'm hoping that all this work will sort that out. It's the only thing left that that isn't right on it. So there we are. Panasonic. It's not written on the front, is it? Yes, it is. Can we see it? RF-B65. Great little receiver. Really, really good. So I'm hoping to get it working. Thanks for watching.